astrology. Why is it not always 0 degrees Capricorn? Because Earth is a very funny planet. Because in this movement across the sun in an elliptical fashion, it makes a wobble like a tap. And because of that wobble, slowly but eventually, against the backdrop of the stars, it does not reach the same point every year with the backdrop of the stars being constant. So I will again explain this in a more pictorial form. But let's now forget all tropical and Western astrology and let's just concentrate on the philosophy. What is the philosophy? The philosophy is, okay, do we all understand that maximum human population as of today is in the northern hemisphere? Do we all agree to that? So if we all agree to that, then we have to agree to this fact too. We all know that Australians celebrate Christmas in summer. I'm not going to that. And the reason is this, because that area of the globe, southern hemisphere, is lighted. Much more is clear in the picture also, in this part of the year. But since maximum of human population is on the northern hemisphere, the statistics of day and night are measured from northern hemisphere on this planet. So as a result, what happens is that the nights are much longer between summer solstice to winter solstice. Okay, so what happens is at winter solstice, nights are longest, and the day is very short. And from winter solstice to summer solstice, the days start to become longer and longer and longer and longer. Okay, now you see, the Hindu philosophy is very interesting. It does not believe in the present. It looks at the future. At that particular day, although the night is the longest, they are optimistic. Hindus, Vedic philosophy is very optimistic, because they see that, okay, today is the longest night, but from tomorrow, sun will move upwards and days will become longer. Therefore, it's a rising light phase. That means, please draw a circle, big circle, and divide in 4 parts. Okay. Now, if you do that, on the top and bottom, mark equinoxes. On your left side, mark summer solstice. On your right side, mark winter solstice. So from winter solstice, this upward movement of sun is happening. And what is happening? Light is slowly going to grow. Please underline the word growth. Growth of light. So this growth of light is very important. And at the point of vernal equinox, light and darkness are of equal status. Equal status. That is also very important. And from vernal equinox to summer solstice, light is overtaking darkness. Okay. From summer solstice to autumn equinox, what is happening? From summer solstice, what happens? Light is still more, but darkness starts increasing. So growth of darkness occurs. So from summer solstice to autumn equinox is growth of darkness. Okay, growth of darkness. And at autumn equinox, light and darkness are of equal proportion. But the difference between autumn equinox and vernal equinox is, after vernal equinox, light will grow. After autumn equinox, darkness will grow. So darkness keeps growing up to winter solstice. If this concept is clear, then you will understand the whole Hindu calendar. Vishnu sleeping, Vishnu waking. Replace light with Deva. D-E-V-A. Or better, replace light with Sura. S-U-R-A. Okay? Why Sura? Sura also is actually Sura comes from Saurya. Sura. Ram Bija. Remember Guru? When we did, I always explain Guru. Ra always means fire. Sura comes from Surya. So light. So replace the light with Deva or Surya and replace darkness with Asura. Asura. So Asura and Sura. So from this point of winter solstice to vernal equinox, from vernal equinox to summer solstice, what is increasing? Sura is increasing. And from summer solstice to winter solstice through autumn equinox, what is increasing? Asura is increasing. So therefore, since the gods, now darkness and light. So we have to understand these concepts. Darkness and light. Light is associated with Sura. Sura, when you put the word Sura, Deva, then you're talking about gods in general. That means in Makar Sankranti, in this solstice,